So we'll begin the class. This is the doubt clearance session initiated by you all people, right? We are in the chapter number 1 and 2, and we have gone through the performance ensuring measures, lot of programming exercise we have gone through. Few programming exercise, whatever we have gone through, that include these things. It started with the command line argument, then program to display process ID, program to display process ID, parent process ID, then use of fork, then use of vfork and exec and its variations, system call, then self-learning drive on fork exercises, storage classes in C language, then various file operations like file operations in using C library, file operation using system calls, right? Then file attributes display, and finally slowly we are moving towards directory listing. And with the knowledge of all these things, you are getting into implementation of a command ls-l on your own using all these features and all, right? This is the journey that we had so far. Thus, and in this doubt clearance we will go through one by one, right? If you have any doubt, okay, we will like to address and then move to the next one. And this session will continue up to 10 o'clock. I mean 2 sessions. The moment it closes that one, please join immediately. So we'll get into this, right? First is a command line arguments. Okay, we will see command line arguments here. Program number 5 in my listing I'll get into, and have a look into this. Okay, if you have any doubts and all, okay, you can explain your doubt, then we will discuss all those programs in length, run the program and see how does it works, right? Fifth program I'll keep it open, right? A simple command line arguments, right? Do you have any doubt here? Manoj and Himarashmi, you need to coordinate from your end. People can put their question in the chat box and you can read. And both of you unmute your mic so that you are connected.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt in this?
Yes, sir.
That's good. Both of you unmute, keep it, right? And other people can put their queries in chat box, or they can unmute directly and ask question to me. Until they prepare questions and all, you can interrupt me anytime. I will explain to you about that. Look at that. Include stdio.h, int main function. Then you have a argc, argv, command line argument, right? Argc, okay, it is number of arguments, and argv, it is an array of pointer to the character. Local variable int I for loop iteration we get into. This is the message we display. Then loop for I equal to 0, I less than argc, you know that one. Argc count, okay, those many times. And C language array index begins with 0, you know about that. Then if not, you need to write a separate program and navigate through all the things, right? Then you are printing, okay, I and argv I does, right? And sample return 0, you are returning a status to the operating system about this is again a process, a program which is running the process has to return a status to the environment, right? And C startup routine, you know about that, right? C startup routine arrange all these command and arguments to this program, right? Now how do you compile? cc -o, name of the exe file, it could be anything. Then next is name of the source program, this, you know about that, right? Then how do you run it? // you know why it is. Then name of the executable file, and command line argument, you pass it here wherever you wanted that. Whenever you look at the many system calls, you need to pass command line arguments. In that case, you are using it instead of reading, okay, from the keyboard, right? Then when you run it, the very interesting pattern you will see, the first command line, first argument, it is the name of the file itself. That's how it takes. In this case, how many command line argument you have passed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But name of the file itself is taken as the first argument. That's how the environment, okay, will arrange it for this program and pass it to in a variable, okay, called argv, right? Is an array of pointer to the character. So when you run this, right? You will get name of the file itself, executable file itself as a first parameter, means zeroth argument, then remaining all, right? How many times it has gone through? You know that one. It is 0 to 5, that is 6 times. Got it? Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Does that means ARGC value? What is the value of ARGC in this case? That could be one short question to you, maybe for a placement also, right? Please look into that during a placement. What kind of which particular domain, which particular level they pick, we don't know about that. We don't know. So you should be very good in all the things, right? Okay, for example, look at that. Assume that now you may get a question. Assume that this is how a program which reads command line argument and display is is being given, right? Then what is the value of ERGC in this case? What is the value of ERGC? So try to put the value of print the ERGC and see it. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 argument actually being passed. Now look at that loop iteration, how many times it has gone through, like you know about that. So what you do is, okay, you can print here test program. You can print here ARGC value is, okay, you can, okay, print here. Let's see that one. Okay, this ARGC. Now look into that. I'll say this. I'll compile this. I'll get into this. I mean, right. So what is that I'm showing is you people have to learn on your own by doing experiments. Doing experiments is nothing but playing with that, right? CC, right? I will not give a executable file name. I use a.out. Then name of the file in this case it is file dash cmd command L capital line argument A capital arguments dot c, right? Uh, right. Okay, the warnings. Okay, leave it. Percentage D. I need to give in this here. Percentage D. Okay, I'll say this. Right. Now I will run this program. A.out. I'll pass, right, these things. 4. How many I have passed here? Right. 5. Right. Right. Now say this. The ARGC value is 6 here. Why is 6? I have passed only 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it is printing 6. Why? The environment, okay, see startup routine arranges environment variable to that. Okay, you have passed 5, but name of the file itself is taken as the first one, so it is a 6. The value of ERGC is 6. I mean, what is that? There is nothing great what I'm telling here. What I'm saying is when you begin a simple topic or any topic, every topic is simple. So you need to play around. Playing around is trying all these things on your own, testing it, seeing the error, resolving the error, searching, take the error message, search in the internet and find out a solution. The internet is an ocean. Search. This kind of self-learning alone will help you to learn better. And if you think that sitting in the class, somebody will tell, then you will do it. If at all you get into this wrong practice, then you will go to hell. That's all. Got it? When you go to industry, right, huge things will be dumped on you and you need to do on your own. Searching where to search, what to search, how to pick, what is correct, right? That is an attitude of learning, and that is learning, and that's only learning. Any question at this stage? Any question at this stage? Himarashmi and Manoj, you can respond always to me immediately after I ask question to you people.
Still not there, sir. Any question?
Right,
Chat box.
right. Okay. People have to unmute if they don't, if they are taking time to type there, directly unmute and ask a question to me. I think it is okay, no, Manoj?
Yes,
Is
sir.
right. And please tell that there are many online environment is there. If you are not installed Unix, right? There are many online environment. Yesterday I gave that one. Check it, right? There you can try all these simple programs, right, and get into. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So you need not have a okay. Unix app is also there. I heard it. You can load Unix app. You need not install a true Unix operating system, right? But you need to have a computer. If you don't have a computer, then you have to arrange it immediately. You cannot run the days without a computer. You have to. So if things are okay, let me move to the next one.
Sir,
Uh,
sir, what is the max number of arguments that can be given to a program?
okay.
Command line program.
Yeah. What is the maximum number of argument? This is a standard. This is a standard that POSIX will impose, right? POSIX will impose. Let me take you to that particular thing. Uh, this is a part of self-learning drive. Okay, now look into this. Probably you might have gone through my session, right? On this, 1 minute, I will open that operating system, right? Presentation slides. Uh, I think it is there in the memory management and process management. I'll open a process management and see whether I put it here or memory management. Let's have a look into that, right? It's taking time. All right. Okay. Yeah, right. Please look into that. See here. Okay, we have a C startup routine. I told you, and EXIS is called C startup routine. Arrange all the environment variable. Main program is passed, so it will arrange all environment variables. Right. The question is, right? There are many things that it goes beyond okay kind of things, right? So why do you go for underscore exit and all, right? That also we have gone through. Right. Now look at that. C startup function passes an argument list, often 5120 bytes or okay, 10240 byte. Right, this. So this is the number of okay argument list. Often, I mean, this is the size. So there is something called okay POSIX standard. Right, you need to open the POSIX standard and see that one. Okay, what is the size? Okay, number of argument that it allows. It all dictated by POSIX standard. And also, if any of the implementation doesn't follow the POSIX standard, okay, they have got their own constraint, and your program becomes non-portable. That's why you need to get it to portable, follow the POSIX standards, right? So POSIX standard says about this, right? You need to search that one and try to get a precise things in your operating system, whatever that it uses. Did I answer your question? And it ends with
Yes,
null.
sir.
It ends with null character. It ends with the null character. Got it? Right? Or you can try. Okay, somewhere keep on searching, right, in the internet, right? Uh, uh, Maximum number of arguments. Command line in C, right? Arguments at command line. Okay, you search. Okay, you search. There are a lot of things. Limit on number of arguments, and you have to keep on searching. How many arguments can be passed to main from the command line? Right? Look at that. Okay. Now command line arguments in C language. Right? Limit on number of Stack Overflow, okay, Geeks for Geeks. There are many site you get it quite useful information you find for this, right? Here, look at that. Okay, is there any limit on number of arguments? Okay, there is no limit imposed by ISO C99 standard, right? This then we will be limited to the maximum size of signed integer, guaranteed to be at least this much, right? POSIX will say that one in terms of bytes, right? Manoj, right? Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Right. This is called learning, right? You have to search, go to the useful sites and all, right? Find out, right? And look at that. There are some other things, right? Of course, you could even have more than that, since the standard, okay, standard specifically allows for non, okay, leave it. The standard, okay, mandates how the arguments are stored, and things like ARGV having to be a null, but it does not directly limit the quantity, right? Okay, and we said, right, somewhere C startup function passes an argument list often 5120 bytes or 10,240 bytes. That you need to look into POSIX standard, what it speaks about that. So this is the learning. Right? So any question at this stage? Now look at that. According to POSIX specification for EXEC, there is a macro arg max, argument max, limits.eh, which defines the maximum number of bytes argument, maximum number of bytes, limits.h. Let's open this limit.h. Let's open limit.h. Getting this limit.h. Wait. That is little slow. Yeah, limits.h, in that there are a lot of in maximum length of argument to exe function, including and that acceptable POSIX argc max, and you have to print these values, right? You have to print these values. Wait, I'll take you to my learning environment. Hope I can collect it and let you know. You have to print that value, argc max, right? You have to write a program to print it. Teaching, okay, I'll get into operating system, presentation slides, USB about the course, okay, USB standards, yeah, okay, look at that. We have deviated, okay, enough, but it's a good deviation. Now let's look into that. This is there are different standard. POSIX is a portable operating system interface. This is standard. Every operating system, okay, comply and conform to this. And when you look at the C, there are many standard. K&RC, C89, C90, C95, C99, C11. All that things you have to get into. I'm not taking you through all these things. C11. I'm not taking this. Okay, this I said. This also said standard. POSIX, all right. I told 5120 byte or 10,240 bytes. Let's look into that. Which variable? 1 minute. API. Okay. Oh no, it is not being written here. 1 minute. Not put here. Then Unix files, file systems. 1 minute. okay, file types. Let's look into whether I put POSIX1. It is not, I have not written it here, but you can search all those things. I'll show you the program. These are the variables. Okay, these variables you need to print, right, using certain system calls. Sysconf is a function. Using that system configuration, you can print a value. For example, argc max. Look at that. argc max, maximum length of argument to exec function, including environment data. Okay, or minimum acceptable value is POSIX k underscore arg underscore max. This variable you print it. When you print this variable, you will come to know what is the maximum things that you can do. I think have they given in this? They have done a listing, but there are no programs as such here. It is given here. 1 minute. No, but for this they are given. Max value of n conversions, application usage. Okay, you need to search here. POSIX child max. Okay, from 6 to 25. Even number of child, what you can create, again there are limitations on that, right? So you write a program and get it. Okay, these environment variables. Okay, that's how you can see that limits.h. Now we will get into that one. We'll get into that. So any other questions?
Sir, there is question, what is C startup function?
Okay, now look into that. See here, when you execute exec, right, it is a part of an environment compiler, right? It is a built-in C startup routine, right, which will arrange, who will call your main function when you use you use exec, no, the executable file is there, you have called exec and executed that entire the executable file come and sit in the memory. How does it looks in the memory? It looks like this. Am I right? So entire programming command sit here, right? You have a command line arguments on the top that of this. Who will arrange all these things? Okay, there is a routine called C startup routine, right? The most C compilers arranges for a special C startup function to be called when a program is executed. Is a part of C compiler. C compiler arranges that one. Okay, that will take all environment variables of an operating system and calls main function. And main function is supplied with all your argc, argv by this C startup routine provided by your compiler. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Any other question?
So there is question, what are environment variables?
Okay, right. So what happens is sometimes we have to limit ourselves. Otherwise, we get into basic kind of your operating. C programming language and all. Right. Now let's get into that part also. Right. See, when you run your, when you are running, there are lot of environment variables. For example, class path. When I say about that one, it will go ahead of time, right? Home path, then username. Okay, simple thing is username, right? When you log in, you have your own username, right? Himarashmi, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right, and I'll show you, right? Look at this. Okay, now look at that print working directory, PWD, print working directory. Now this is what is a path. This is what is a path, right? So for every user, in this case, the user is SDM city, right? So now look at this. So every user has a username. Okay, they have got their own home path. Every user has a home. It has got its own path, right? So like this, there are many environment variables you find which is required, which makes an environment. Are you getting it? Right? So computer name, what is the computer name? What is the home drive? C. Home drive is C, right? So all this constitute, okay, environment list. And look at the program here. You can write a program int argc, argv, and environment variables. All that is made available in this, right? You can print all environment variables and check it. So that constitute environment variables. I think we need to limit to this and stop it, right? And if at all you have free time, execute this program, whatever I'm showing here on the screen, right? So that will list all environment variables, and that list is, okay, terminated by null character. You can write this simple program and see, for I equal to 0, okay, envpi not equal to null variable I plus plus, print this, okay, environment variable. Like your command line arguments, you have an environment variable. It is an array of pointer to character. The main will take 3 arguments. One is argc, argv, and envp, environment parameters, right? Thus, so any question at this stage? Any question at this stage?
Question, sir.
Environment variable, did I write any program? Check compatibility, different ANSI POSIX. Right, 1 minute. I will look into environment variables. Did I write environment variables? 1 minute. POSIX standard. POSIX, no, I was talking about 1 minute. 1 minute. You were not this. Not this. Then, yeah. I was talking to you about the maximum size of the argument value in bytes that may be passed to an exec. That is sc underscore arg max limit value, and you'll be, okay, using. Now let's see that one. This details this program. Okay, where did I write it? Not written. Okay, now look at that. This sysconf, using this system call and the variable name, okay, this whatever that is there, okay, the constant, right? This if you put it that its corresponding value, you will get it. For example, you wanted to know the maximum number of open files per process. What is the number of files you can open maximum? There is a, okay, a variable called sc underscore open underscore max. You print this. You print this, right? You get the value, right? Similarly, you have here sc underscore argc underscore arg underscore max. It will print the value of that. Using this, you will come to know what is the maximum number of arguments in bytes you can pass in your operating system. This 1 minute. I'm checking any other command line arguments are not. NCC and all directory. I think I've not written that program. You need to write a program and check the environment variables. The program, it looks as simple as what I'm showing here. You simply copy this one, print it, and it will print all environment variables of that particular system. Any question at this stage? Any question?
Sorry, sir. Could you admit people who are waiting, sir?
1 minute. Okay, I have admitted all people. You can see here on the screen. There are nobody waiting. Nobody waiting, right? So let's look at the command line arguments. You can write a separate program to print environment variable as well as maximum number of argument what you can pass to know exact value of that using sysconf system call. Okay, that is okay, ahead of time we are referring that one. That we'll stop that discussions now. Is this okay? Have you understood it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right. Then any other things which you are not understood, because I have started on my own, it should not go as a regular class. It is which program you are not understood, I'll pick that one and explain. People have to tell. Doubt clearance session is that you need to raise doubt. And we have got different programs, I told you. Right, I'll show you our Google class, what all the things that we have done. We have command line arguments, we have got a program to display process ID, okay, parent process ID, fork, right, exec, vfork, storage classes, file operation, C library, right? Then system calls to open the operations, printing attributes of a file, that is the latest. Now, as a part of this self-learning, when something is told, okay, you will come across some different things also when you refer the manual. You need to try all those things on your own. A simple example, just now we have gone through that what is the maximum number of argument you can pass. Search it. You'll find some C code here and there. Try that one. You get a output on the screen. Okay, go through the description. And that's how the learning has to be done. Any question here on this?
No, sir.
Now I wanted to ask one by one. It is a, please ask all the people. Abhishek, you have any doubt? Akshata, Amruta, it is not regular class. Anusha, Bhavika, okay. Who is this? Virajdar, Disha, okay. Divanshu, HK Manoj, Himarashmi. What is this? Some funny name. Kirti, Kiran, Lahari P, Madhumita, Madhura, Hegde, Mayur Naik, Nishant, Nivedita, Parikshit, Pradeep, Pratiksha, Priyanka. See, doubt clearance session, you need to ask doubt. I wanted all 40 participants here. If you have any doubt, unmute directly and ask me. It cannot be from the scratch everything. I'll pick that program and explain to you if you have a doubt.
Sir,
What do you mean by address space in relation to vfork?
What is that?
What do you mean by it doesn't refer the address space?
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, when we talk about the address space, probably you might have seen about this. This is an address space for a given program, right? So when we use a vfork, now let me get into that. This is called address space, right? It is your home, it is your kitchen, this is a bedroom, this is a hall, right? This is a reading room. Okay, that makes your home, right? So what all things, command line argument, you have a space, you've got a stack, right? There is a space for that. All automatic variables are stored on the stack. Then you have got a heap where all dynamic variables are stored there, which you are using malloc kind of things. Then data area, where you have got initialized read write data, uninitialized data, right? Then you have a initialized read only data, all that is being stored. Then the text is a machine code instructions that is being stored. This is your colony, this is your memory space, right? So when a program is executed by calling exec, that entire thing is being put into this in the memory. This is the layout of a C program. Are you getting this? Okay, now what happens in a vfork, right? What happens in a vfork? Okay, have a look into that. I'll open that through Google Class. EXEC, probably this one. Not this. Fork. Yeah, fork, vfork. Yeah, I've given here. When you look at this, yeah, here are written comment. vfork creates a new process without copying the address space of a parent to a child. Hope you understood what is address space. You got a stack area, you got a heap area, you got a data area. Okay, vfork creates a new process without copying the address space of a parent to the child. Whereas in case of fork, it copies all the things, and that's why you are written a program. You are written a program for to check that one. Now look at that, the variable var. Okay, you have 113, right? Then when you do vfork and child, okay, now you have to put a comment here. If you don't put a comment here, then it is not going to increment a upk variable here, var variable here at all, because execl, you are asking okay, another program to come and occupy your memory space. When execl is being executed, the immediate next instruction is not executed at all. That's what you need to try. One of the student has sent a message to me saying that these variables are not incremented at all. Yeah, it will not be incremented. So for that, you need to put a comment for this and check it, right? So whether the okay, now the var variable here and another global variable we are using, upk in this case 10. This is 10 value, this is 113. Now what I'm doing is put a comment for execl. I increment it, right? And now look at the value of these two variables by the child and parent. Child created out of vfork. Child doesn't get a copy of this upk and var variables. So when it increments that one, right? So look at that, it is before the fork, right? It is getting closed. Okay, please join once again. I'll run this program and show it. I'll close this. Please join once again. I will stop sharing this we'll begin this again. I'll end the meeting.